What do we do when once our ego has helped us climb the dominance hierarchy and secure a mate? Why then should we keep looking for a mate, and how to curtail that instinct? Well, I think part of the way that you curtail that instinct is that you have the sort of life that you would have with a mate. The question is, what's the purpose of pair bonding? And one of the fundamental purposes of pair bonding, well, there's a couple. One is that it solves the sexual access problem so that you don't have to continue to obsess about who you're going to be with and where and how, and so you can get on with other elements of your life. But I mean, with your mate, you have to decide, well, what does it mean that you're now together? There's companionship, obviously, and friendship, and there's shared interests. You have to decide what they are, and I would say that you should continue dating your partner at least once a week or perhaps twice a week, because otherwise the romance goes out of your life. But then also you have to decide about children and eventually about grandchildren, because you're going to get old and you're going to get older and more mature, and children are a huge part of life, and they get a bad rap, which is really unfortunate, because maybe I'm different in this regard. Perhaps I am to some degree, but I never regretted having kids for even 1 second, because they're so, all of a sudden you have an intimate relationship with new people that is as close as any relationship that you've ever had. You have the opportunity to make that relationship as pristine as you possibly can. There can be a lot of catastrophe involved in it, but it's a great opportunity, and there's just nothing wrong with having some additional people that love you. And so what you do is you turn your attention to the issues of maturity, and you turn your attention away from the issues of being a juvenile. And you do that partly by knowing that it's actually better to do so. There's nothing more absurd than the 40-year-old, 20-year-old. It gets ugly, and there's something like spoiled milk about it. It goes off, and you have to gracefully accept the challenges of each stage of life, and things work a lot better when you do that. Much, much better. And you also have to, I would say, work on and perfect your sex life with your partner, and express what you need and want, and teach each other what's necessary to keep things exciting and new. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's very much worthwhile, because then you can combine sexual excitement with intimacy, and there's no better combination than that. So, and love, that can all be nested up inside love and inside a a destiny that's intertwined together. And that's the best you've got, man. That's what life has to offer. And so that's what you do, is you accept the responsibility of the next stage of life, and you don't mourn the past. And I suppose that also means that when you're young, you do what young people do, and so that you don't want to do it again. So